Now the next ones here, I figure they put on your pie chart because if they ask you this question and you can do it, they don't have to ask you about squaring a binomial, they don't have to ask you about factoring, they don't have to ask you about solving an equation set equal to 0. If you can do this, it cuts off about 10 questions from your assessment. So when I solve this, I would do it in a different order than the ALEKS program. The ALEKS program is going to move this over here first and set it equal to 0, but then you've got that negative in front of your parentheses and people forget to change the signs. I personally would just square that first, then move my stuff to the other side. So if I'm going to square that, keeping in mind that means x minus 3 times x minus 3. X times x is x squared. We had 2 times the first times the last, otherwise I have minus 3x plus a minus 3x, which is minus 6x in the middle, and then negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. So my 2x squared minus 10x plus 4 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 9. Either FOIL it out the long way, or the shortcut for squaring, 2 times the first times the last. So what they're going to do now is set it equal to 0. So I'm going to move everything over to this side because I want my x squared to stay positive. So I'm going to subtract my x squared, add my 6x, and subtract my 9. So 2x squared minus x squared would be x squared. Negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4x. 4 minus 9 is minus 5. And now I have it set equal to 0, and I can solve that by factoring. That factors into what?
X minus 5.
X minus 5 and
X plus 1.
x plus 1. So my two solutions would be 5 and negative 1. All right, so one question kills a whole lot of birds. No. Let's see here. Must be on number 11. So number 11, same kind of thing. I would start out by squaring that. So 2w squared plus w plus 30 is going to equal, and what's going to be on the right-hand side when you square that?
W squared minus 8
Minus 8w
plus 16.
plus 16, right? Square the first, 2 times the first times the last, and square the last. Or FOIL it out the long way. So again, we want to move everything over here, so we're going to subtract our w squared, add our 8w, and subtract our 16. So what are we going to get?
W squared plus 9w plus 14.
W squared plus 9w plus 14. Now that it's set equal to 0, we can factor it. That's going to factor into
W plus 2 and W plus 7.
w plus 2 and w plus 7, which means my two answers are
Negative
-2 and -7. Here it goes. So number 12, again, we're solving our equation. First thing I probably want to do is get rid of my parentheses. So if I square my v plus 6, I would get
V squared plus 12v plus 36.
So v squared plus 12v plus 36 equals 2v squared plus 4v plus 48. So when we set this one equal to 0, this time we're going to move things over here to the right side since we have the 2v squared over there. So subtract my v squared minus my 12v and minus my 36. So I would get what over there on the right side?
V squared minus 8 plus 12.
V squared minus 8V plus 12. And if we factor that out,
V minus 2, V minus 6.
V minus 2 and V minus 6. Always likes it when I rewrite something. And so my two solutions would be
V equals 2 and 6.
V equals 2 and 6. All right.